Hey everyone, and welcome back to Shapes 2. Doesn't this spiral just look amazing, honestly? But let's hop right in. From last episode, I ended up finishing one of the milestone tasks, just because enough time passed. Let's claim that. Now, last episode was a absolute disaster, just in terms of getting things done. And one thing I realized is I gotta stop building the same things over and over again. I feel like I'm making the same factories for like every single use case. So what we're gonna do this episode is build a bunch of large tile factories. And what I mean by that is we can take all of these 4 belts and build one full tile that just processes all the belts the same way. Right? So instead of having to build like rotators every single time, we just have a rotator piece that rotates all the pieces and outputs like the result. So we won't be making too much progress in terms of the milestones, but we're going to do a lot of theory crafting. In fact, just to start off with, I'm going to save this blueprint right here. Call it the extractor. One thing I did learn is that we can save the entire tile instead of just trying to save specific pieces, which is really helpful. Next up is rotators. We'll make all 3 rotators for the sake of convenience. One more thing is I want to make all my builds one tile if possible. I know it's not possible with these stackers because by default those are 2 tiles. But for now, rotators and cutters, for example, can all be one tile. So we want to rotate every single shape 90 degrees clockwise, and it only takes up 2 buildings per belt. So this one's really straightforward. And that does the trick. It's hard to tell with this shape, actually. So let me quickly cut half of it so that we can tell what's going on. And they're all rotated 90 degrees. Cool. So we have 2 rotators for every single belt. Nice. Now what's good about this build is I can just copy and paste this layer 3 times, or 4 times, depending on how many layers we have passing into this build. The extractor 90 degrees CW. The painting blueprint is old painting blueprint, so we'll fix that as well. Now, oh, well that sucks. Let me resave this. all I have to do for counterclockwise is just change these guys up. CCW, counterclockwise, rotating. Cool. Lastly, we just have to take care of the 180 degrees. Taking in this half, and we are full 180 degree rotation is this. Alright, cool. Just double checking if I missed anything. Next, let's take care of cutters. Here's my opinion on cutters. I hate these cutters. I think they are the worst. I think the best use case we have for cutters is the 3/4 shapes. Something that just requires 3/4 of the entire shape and not like one quadrant. Right, because you don't want to lose one entire half because you need to rebuild it again. So we get rid of this one. In most scenarios, right? And here's the thing. Let's say we do take care of cutters. We implement everything. You've taken one input row, and because of splitting due to cutters, we've now transformed one row into 2 rows, which is not scalable, right? So if we have like 3 rows eventually, we won't be able to scale that up to 6 rows in the output. Because I don't think we'll even get that many rows in total. Like 3 might be the max. I think I heard somewhere that we might have 4. But for now, 3rd floor is all we've got to work with. So in that sense, a half destroyer does the job really well. Let me just reuse this template actually. All I have to do is just add the piece this way. Oh, that does look weird. And these guys don't get cut because we keep the right half. What is this called? It's technically called a half destroyer. Half destroyer is good because it keeps half of the shape. Okay, let's think a little bit more about this. What are all the scenarios that we would have? We would need to keep either a quadrant, 2 pieces, or 3 pieces. Because if you need all four, then there's no point in doing any processing at all. And if you have two pieces, you can have them either on the same side, or you can have them diagonally. In that case, let me, instead of half the same side. And then we'll need a half diagonal as well. So we can bring in the swapper for this job. We need 4 for a single belt. Swapper swaps the west halves. So currently, what is the west halves? Northwest. Okay, so that won't do the job for us. Actually, now that I think about it, I guess maybe it would be better to introduce a separate module for swapping rather than doing this. Yeah, that sounds better. In the meantime, though, I can take care of building the 3 forts as well, which I do have a blueprint for. So the blueprint, because it uses stackers, this is only a level 1 tier system. We can improve it later if we feel so. Yeah, but this is good. Just confirming that this is building everything properly. I'm gonna guess that's a no. Where are these guys getting stuck? Oh, because of these guys. That's why. Since we deleted half the shape, there's nothing on the bottom or top halves to really use any shapes. Yeah, there we go. So now we're getting 3 forts. Now what about Swapper? What is this current design I have? definitely a two-tier system. Oh right, I remember this. This was accepting two different inputs. Let's go ahead and build a functional system for swappers then. Go ahead and delete this. We'll work off of something new. T stackers and Y stackers. Delete these as well. For swapper, I will use a 2x1. We'll accept input from here and here. We need 4 for a single belt, meaning we need a total of 16. Of course, making sure I get all of the inputs properly sorted, so we can have piece going here. This one might get a little bit confusing real fast. I have to ensure that this piece mixes with each of these pieces. Yeah, so this must be why I started throwing the pieces into the swappers. Just something like right here. Do the trick. Get a second level. There. One, two, three, four. Actually, now that I think about it, I did say I want to build this all in one layer. I don't want to stack it even further. Can I? Do I have enough space? 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, I do. Definitely gonna run into some problems with arranging this. So obviously we can connect this guy here and here. We split each one into 4. I'm gonna have to move this entire system down by 1. still won't be enough, I think. Yeah, because this will block this system. Let's see. Can take this piece, throw it over here. Same with this one. This one goes to 1, 2, 3, 4. This one goes to 2, 3, 4. Okay. Oh, really close, but this hit right here is unfortunate. So we'll move it one more down to make up for it. We're done splitting these pieces now, which is awesome. All we need to do is send these guys over. This should be much more straightforward, because all we have to do is send them, just jump them over the initial hop, and just send them into these 4 stackers. This one might be a tight fit, and okay, never mind. We ran into the exact same problems that we did with the other system. Because if I build this here, I still can't get to this piece right here. But I can't move these down, because then these hoppers will break. So what is the solution here? Solution is we hop these guys. This might be scuffed. This one's pretty straightforward in the sense that we can just do this. I need the hop to be somewhere around here. Can't build there. That won't do too good. Great, let's see. Obviously, I can't go up another layer if I want to maintain this system. I think I don't jump all the pieces. See, I don't jump this. I can't move it backwards though. Or I could actually. Maybe starting from each of these gaps would be more beneficial for me. Wait, yeah, it's literally not possible. Never mind. Right, so this definitely has a problem because this will block off this piece right here. You can still make this work surprisingly. Connect this piece here. Now what we can do is, while this piece goes this way, this piece can come over, rotate, and be hopped this way. Now this changes the orientation a little bit. Belt catcher, 120 meters per minute. Okay, yeah, I just noticed that these guys have speeds, but thankfully they're all the same speed. Alright, since this, we made the third on the top now, I'll go ahead and put this here and move this all the way over here. I think that's a full connection. Let's test it out real quick. Obviously, I can't even tell if they're getting cut in half or not, because both of these are the same shape. What I want to see is just infinite. I want to see a consistent pipeline. There's the trash. Alright, but I would have to merge these shapes first. Let me take care of that then. Group every 4, I believe. This is probably going to pose a whole new set of challenges. Especially because we don't have enough space. That's one. Two, 3 goes here, but 4th is blocked. Right. If we had one more layer, this could work. Which might be possible because we can move pretty much everything up 1 layer. Do I have the same issue here? I would guess so. Yeah. Well, what's going here? What did I do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a mistake. Okay, we have 4, 4 on both sides. Let's see how I can move this up 1 layer. That should definitely be possible. I see a ton of space that we could use here. Delete this, go all the way around. Right, so this would solve all my problems here. There and there. So it looks like the main challenge here. Oh, but this gets messed up. Time to throw things everywhere. Or was there a more efficient way to build out this system? See, the issue is these inputs are super close. It's hard to throw pieces. So like I merge here, even if I threw like, see here, I'd still need the row so I could throw it. This into this, but I'd still need all of this space here. This seems fine to me. Can also make the second row by doing this, and we can split it off into these rows. Nice. Alright, that way we take care of these rows. Yeah. Okay, final challenge is these guys. Let me see. Capture piece here. We know that either way this needs to be built, so we'll just do that. We will rotate factory over here. Alright, this second row is going to go on a journey. We can make space for the second row as well though. Do is I can just build a jumper system like that. And pass all of them. Okay, so this is a single layer stacker system that should be producing full pieces if I think. So we can quickly test that by deleting these guys, putting some trash cans. Let's take a look. So these 4 rows are being fully populated, not seeing any gaps between the pieces. Seeing gaps here. But maybe this just needs some time to warm up. Yeah, the pieces are starting to flow through more consistently. And I'm not seeing any gaps. Cool. Okay, this is a 1-layer stacker system. This is a good way of doubling efficiency, actually. Now that I worked on this system, we're actually outputting 2 rows. That would be the best way. That would be the best way. Alright, scratch that. We will build the cutter system then. Is this the swapper? I'll rename this to half destroyer. So a cutter would take in 1 input and then produce 2 outputs. Sure. Don't need this system, but that's fine. We need 4 per. Are these on the same level? Cutting and belts are. So even if we fully upgrade them, we'll still always require 4 belts. I guess this doesn't really need too much. Just 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. What we could do is, to make this a little bit more interesting, is this cuts pieces into 2 different halves. So I can output the same halves on each side. Yeah, that makes more sense. And that would be, so if we do that, we can build a more scalable 3/4 system as well. That would still rely on stackers though. Oops. Alright, let's think about this here. Now, how straightforward is it for me to just supply all of these pieces? Thanks to the distance, pretty straightforward. What's interesting is that the shapes I'm building are kind of taking the form of like the actual mini structure. So notice how this is a like rectangular like structure. It takes 1 input on the left side, produces 2 outputs. It's kind of what this whole block is, taking an input on the left side and producing 2 outputs. I feel it's pretty satisfying, honestly. Alright, if I'm gonna group like inputs, I might run into space issues again, and I might have to try to refactor this. Because I'm gonna have to throw out the equal halves. We'll have all of the right halves go, or the left halves go to the left side, right halves go to the right side. Let's see if I run into any issues here. Yeah, I definitely will. Part of me thinks I could just take these pieces backwards and send them forwards. What about here? I could just throw a set of stackers. That would work. But it would be nice to have some space here as well, to be fair. Let me try to fix this first. How can I make it better? Throw a piece here. Not exactly what I wanted to. So if I can get the second row here, I can feed it into the system like this. And this is fine because this one row will go through this lane right here, meaning I don't need to touch any of these lanes. So I can place it right here. Grab everything and move it up by one. I'll fix these guys later. Actually, this piece still runs into an issue. Great. Actually, if I think about it, I shouldn't be worrying about the second piece. That's not having the problems. Goes directly here. Now this is a no-go. This will block. We also shoot out this piece. Shoot out here, I can't do anything with it. Can take this one out pretty easily. It's all the way over here. On the other hand, I get rid of this here. And instead I try to build the jumper on this side. Alright, so build it over here. And what this will allow me to do is I can now drag this piece over. Drag this bolt over and make it jump. That works, actually. Now, is everything jumping properly? I don't think so. Actually, maybe it is. It is. Yeah. We'll just take all these and send them right on over. Alright, this is really good because I can support the one belt layer that's needed here, and then I can take in the second belt here. Of course, the next problem is I can't support the third belt. But even that can be pretty easily fixed. Let's first take all of these inputs. Now this one can just wrap all the way around, so it's pretty straightforward. We'll just build it like that. Alright. We'll shoot this piece out. That's how we'll unblock these guys. Need a little bit more space, so I will move this more to the end. No, but I can't do that because that will merge with the other limb. We don't want that. Alright then, I'll just try giving this a go then. Take this out here, and do it for one more row. Yeah, I have one problem, which is this piece right here. Not outputting it correctly. I need to build a jumper on this row or somewhere up here. Here's what I'll do. Get rid of all of this. Make it so I jump the piece up here. Now what this gives me the ability to do is I can send out wait, what does this do for me? Because I still run into the issue that actually no, I won't. Let me undo all of this. How does it look like before? Yeah, this can still work. What we need to do is we need to populate the third row, which we'll need the pieces to flow through here, but thanks to the power of jumpers, that is totally possible. So we'll just jump right here, send these guys over, and loop them around. Just like that. Nice. I don't see any place where I'm losing any pieces. Awesome. So quickly checking. So 4 loops here, jumps here, 4 comes over, 4 third, and 4 there. Nice. So this is a cutter. All of these are scalable except for the 3/4. And the 3/4 isn't scalable because it uses the... It kind of sucks. It uses the stacker. Let's delete 3/4. Actually, before I delete it, get rid of all of this. Let me open up a quick 3/4. Oh, I made it a actual block. Because now that we built the cutter, right, we can now feed a belt through the cutter, which will take care of this, and then we need one of the sides to go through some rotations. So 90 degrees clockwise. Yeah, everything's just 90 degrees clockwise. And this goes into a half destroyer and then a stacker. We have each of these individual pieces built already. So we could build a 3/4 on a much better scale. But what we need to really settle things is a nice stacker system. So a stacker will break our kind of flow, because we can't really replicate the high level, low level on this platform. We'll just have one left side and right side as inputs, one lower, one upper. I'll build a 2-level system because that's all I have access to currently. This is going to be an interesting one. But the one thing with the stacker system is it only needs one output. So that's a little easier to manage. But if you need 6 for one belt, we need a total of 24 for just this entire set, and then 48 for... That's a lot of stackers. Right, so I get to go with either the bent option or the regular. Bent does 4. But dealing with belt sounds kind of miserable in its own way. At the same time, I'm so curious about how to make this work actually. we need to break this up into 4 quadrants that I can build, assuming I eventually get 4 layers, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. How much is this? So this is half, and then within this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 17. That's an odd number. Unfortunate. I guess we'll try to make it done in this half then. What are these question marks, by the way? Oh, I built them the wrong format. But at the same time, do I even want the stacker to be like this? Or do I want to rotate this entire structure 90 degrees? I think this is fine. Alright, time to place down 48 stackers. How many can I have in one row? Okay, let me just fill this whole row and then see. What is that, 31 buildings? Okay. Stackers are a huge, massive wall though. But at the same time, I only need to output them to a single output. See. I think I need to move these guys back one. Yeah. Okay, here's the deal. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It might make more sense if I just duplicate the system on the back rather than worrying about anything else. And then we'll free up some space here. Yeah, I'm definitely thinking about how this system would look when we have a third layer, but maybe I really shouldn't be worrying about that right now. Getting the stacker pieces onto here does seem kind of tough though. I'm going to create a space between the stackers and I can send the back pieces to the front. Alright, so if I do this, send it through here. That. One problem I'm seeing is how am I going to fuel these stackers here? Especially on the top layer if I do something like this. If I move these back one more, I could try to throw them instead. As in the top layer we can connect these guys, but on the other hand, throw this. Yeah, that's kind of a weird system as well. That's alright, we'll figure it out later. I feel like I should figure it out now. Okay, here. You have 4 pieces feeding in like this. 4 here and 4 here. Or 6. And I need a way to feed in pieces. So maybe what I do is I raise it here, go here, no. I think I extend these guys out one more so I can feed in pieces. What is going on here? Okay, that clears out all the connections. We're sending everything into the second layer. Now all we need to do is feed these guys in. Let me think, what is the best way to do this? We'll send the first layer through here. We'll have all the first layers on the bottom. Already seeing some issues with this. Does this only have 5? Okay. No, I can send the top layer through here and then send it to the bottom. Alright. Gotta worry about the bottoms and the tops on this one. Let's see, how can I not take up the gap space? I think that's what's really important. I gotta throw these guys. By throwing, I can save this gap space. Yeah, in fact, throw all of them. But this does already have its own drawback, which is how much space it takes. That's not very beneficial. Throw this here. And just throw this guy up one more time. Sure, why not? It's creating some gaps for us, which is nice. This being up in the face though, it's not nice. Yeah, that works. All things considered. Once where I'm gonna run into just space problems. You drag this piece over here. Do a loop so that I can redirect it over here. I think it's definitely going to have some issues, especially when coming to bringing those final pieces at the very end. But hey, we will cross that when the time comes, right? Toss this here, we can toss it again. And what can we do with you? Let's toss you all the way above these guys. Alright, almost done. We're almost done. I have no clue if this even works. But I really should test that, shouldn't I? We'll figure it out. We will test it once we're done building the final set of pieces here. I think once more, I do want to try to make as many gaps as possible for myself. So we'll try some throwing strategies. First of all, you come all the way over here and then do that. That will allow me to go down here. And throw you. All we need to do is worry about the final row now. We can send one row here, 2, 3, 4. I want to make sure I don't ruin this space. Maybe I'll just do this. Everything should be flowing. Now I gotta take care of these guys. So where can I raise this? I can raise this right here, which will allow me to put it here. Nice. I've somehow turned this game from factory simulator to belt management simulator. It's 2. By the way, these are all populated? Yes. Yes, cool. And the final piece, ladies and gentlemen, it is being built as we speak. This has problems, doesn't it? There is, of course, a brilliant blocker right in the middle of this. Just what you love to see. Well, there is no longer a blocker. And that's a supposedly fully functioning 2-layer stacker. Supposedly. We're sure. We gotta test this out. 2-layer stacker. Delete 3 forts. Question is, does this actually work? To that I say, I'm not really sure. Let's move this down 1. Here's what I'll quickly do. Copy this over and build 2 more layers here. Alright, let me just copy this whole thing over to the other side. That is 2 full stacks, I think. Yeah, we can see the clear output here. Of course, there is a downfall with this system in the sense that you do have to use 2 layers full of items in order to create the output you want. So remaining items on the bucket list are, let's see. We're done with rotators completely. We're done with cutters completely, right? So extractor, rotators, half distorter swappers, and cutters. And we just finished the 2-layer stacker. We need to take care of a 1-layer stacker I feel like I might use that a lot more often, honestly. But this was a fun challenge. I'm sure there's a lot of improvements we can do to this, especially when it comes to 3 layers. So I'll consider that. Extractor, we already have the blueprint for that as well. It's the first thing, yeah. So yeah, we'll finish off the single layer stacker next episode, as well as the painter. Painter's pretty simple. I just need to copy a blueprint that I already have, and we'll be good to go. But with that, thanks for watching, everyone. And as usual, thanks for your support. I will probably make like a tutorial series once I've kind of fleshed out all the blueprints, so you can look forward to that as well. Probably do it on my other channel, Des, instead. But with that, I will see you all in the next episode.